Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakha, Chodash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to sincere Ak. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, la b'chayarim, shal yasha'ala, kal ha'alayim la Yahweh b'Hashem Yahushai b'Hashem Kodash, wa double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutation to all sincere Achim, out there, of course, risking their lives and their freedom to bring out Za'amath, this truth. Yahweh is the true, almighty, and powerful name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, and His only begotten Son's name is Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Bahashem, meaning in the name, Recha, meaning spirit, Kodash is holy, which I utter in the Paleo-Hebrew, which is the language that has been returned unto the Hebrew Israelites, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And of course, those have been scattered amongst the rest of the heathen, which lineage go back to one of the 12 tribes of Israel. You are a Hebrew Israelite by blood, by the way of your father, all right? And your spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the power. The spirit is the book, all right, the scriptures and such, all right? If you believe in this truth, all right, if you believe in the true power of the world, all right, of all creation and such, all right, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, okay? It may be because you're a lot for salvation, or if not, all right, if you're a heathen, you're outside the temple, you go back to one of these other nations that are outside of the nation of Israel, you have death and destruction, all right, Mawath, all right, coming to you, death coming to you, all right. I'm the brother Mafra from Great Millstone Plaintables Camp, located here in the city of Philadelphia by Babal in Babylon, which is America, coming again with another lesson through the Ruach Kodash, which is the Holy Spirit. All right, so we have it here, a wee article which reads, Brits not preparing for no deal, Brexit could face panic, buying and food shortages, which you have the British, all right, or Great Britain as a whole wants to exit the European Union, okay, because they are part of the European Union, okay. You have it where I believe you have Britain is consisting of Scotland, all right, England. You have, if I'm not mistaken, you have, I believe, Wales, and of course you have Northern Ireland, which is a part of the Great Britain, and they want to exit out of the EU, the European Union, and that of course is a fulfillment of biblical prophecy, all right. And when this of course happens, all right, it's going to bring forth obviously all sorts of catastrophes to you people, all right. It's going to bring forth a triggering of a lot of conditions in which many of you people are prepared for, all right, especially those of you that trust in this government and trust in your rulers, which are the Edomites, okay, because you have to understand that the whole earth is given unto the hand of the wicked, and the wicked are ruling, and the wicked are what? The wicked are the Edomites. Going back to Malachi, all right, they're the border of wickedness. Okay, the Edomites, so-called white people, Caucasians, you are Edomites, okay? If your line goes back to Edom, all right? Because you have it where some of our people have been scattered, all right, all over this world and such. You have some of our people that have been actually well, we have it where we've ruled in Europe for a period of 1,000 years and such, and our seed is there, all right, in, of course, the land and such. And you have where we have our people there, and they just look like, other nations, all right, which we go into looking like red Hebrew Edomites, but you have it where if you may be lack melanin, may be looking, of course, red, not right, all right, but you are Israelite, okay? If your spirit goes back, if your seed, all right, goes back to, of course, an Israelite. So let's just go into it. It says a stock report presented to Theresa May, which is, you have the Prime Minister of Great Britain. It said not enough is being done to prepare for crashing out of the EU without a deal. And you have it, the new that Theresa May is trying to get her rest of her parliament members and such to vote on a deal, okay, or vote to approve the deal in which she has presented, okay, which she had, of course, fought for, okay, and negotiated to the EU, all right, to Brussels, okay. And you have it where you have members of the Labour Party. They, of course, are against her deal. You have members, of course, of part of her own cabinet, all right, in the Conservative Party and such, that are against it. And you have many people have walked off, and then they want to be, of course, part of her her party, and they're being independent and such, and forming different independent parties and such, because many people don't see, all right, the deal in which she's presented, okay, because of, you have many different factors which are at play with the backstop. You have it in Northern Ireland and such, and the threat of a hard border returning and such, okay. I mean, you have it where there's a lot of issues, okay, that are coming into play because of this Brexit, okay, in which many people didn't know what to do, all right. Many of these various corporations, these companies are leaving, all right, because things, of course, are not looking prosperous with this exit. And it's already, there's various forms of information that has been proposed or has been actually published that Great Britain, all right, will they prosper if they leave the single market, if they leave, okay, the European Union, all right. It says Brits are not doing enough to prepare for a no-deal Brexit. It says which could lead to panic buying, soaring food prices, and shortages. All right, ministers have been warned. All right, you got, of course, deflation. All right, inflation. Okay, these are some of the things that are going to occur when this happens. Okay, it says here. I'm going to go to some scriptures too at the same time. Okay, this is going to be the book of Second Esdras. Okay, chapter 15, and this is in the Apocrypha, which is part of the original King James Bible, which the so-called white man, who's an Edomite, all right, the red Hebrew Edomite, had, of course, took it, because it gives and reveals a lot, of course, these prophecies, all right, that will occur, that are, of course, being fulfilled, and also it reveals who he is, that he's the wicked and such. And you read that here in the Bible, which is in the 1611, all right, first authorized version of King James, all right. This is going to be the book of Second Esdras 15, and I'm going to start here at 14. It says here, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And there's going to be, of course, an uprising, an insurrection against the government workers and such. I mean, the government officials, and the workers, because you have it where you have different public officials, civil servants and such, policemen, and police and all that, who, of course, have to serve, all right, under this damn devil, okay. They of course, are going to come up against their governments, these people, okay, because of what is going on with the Brexit, okay, there in Great Britain and such, okay. Because you gotta understand that these various politicians, they just lie all day, and you kind of course, believe in anything they say. You know, you're trusting in these men, all right, whom have their own agenda, which they have really the agenda of the elite to fulfill, all right. And it's nothing but a bloody shambles, okay, to of course believe in what they of course want to move forth with the country, all right, because biblical prophecy is going to be fulfilled. All right, I'm gonna go down to 17, and the point is at 18. It says, "For a man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able to, because there's going to be martial law." All right, there's already, of course, certain plans in place. All right, for troops to, of course, be deployed to the streets and such. You know, in the case of a no deal Brexit, it says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." And it says, "And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation." And that's what's going to happen. You have widespread famine, all right, and food shortages because of this no deal, all right, as they're saying, people panic buying and such, okay. It says here, a stock report presents to Theresa May cabinet to publish last night found government preparations would not be enough to counter the disruption caused by crashing out without a deal. And you have it where Theresa May, she just wants, of course, Parliament to vote on the deal in which she, of course, has, okay. And you have it where, you know, there was various, you know, they had confidence votes, all right, over her the leadership role and such. You had, you know, of course, votes on it, whether, you know, the people approved this deal and such, all right, and it's just been shut down, all right. You know, and they're having more debates and more votes, all right, on now if they're going to extend the Article 50 and all, okay, which the Article 50, of course, would delay the Brexit, which is originally slated for the March the 29th, okay. They're, of course, buying for time, okay, because, you know, all of the various forms of division within, all right, the House of Parliament and such, all right, seeing the various parties and such. It says the document warns restriction in imports across the English Channel, combined with reduced availability and choice products, will cause fruit and veg prices to rise. It says leading to panic buying and shortages. Yeah, you know, there's going to be, of course, without a deal made by the EU, that's going to disrupt the various forms of trading, because you're near part of the EU anymore. So that is going to leave them to, of course, having, all right, being without dealing with, of course, you know, it's going to be prices, basically, if you go into it. They're going to have to pay various forms of penalties of being outside of the single market and such, okay? And it's going to be detrimental to this damn government, all right, in Great Britain. And it says here, that as of February 19, the document warns many businesses in the food supply industry or in the manufacturing and such, all right, are prepared for a no deal scenario. So you have various food supply industry companies, all right, already prepared, are actually, it says are unprepared, okay, for a no deal, okay, so they're unprepared for a no deal. They're not prepared, and they're prepared, all right. And, you know, you have it where, you know, if you have of any righteousness, you would, of course, foresee the trouble, all right, and hide yourself, all right. But you have it where, you know, we, of course, are running under the refuge of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the names of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. These people, they're just, of course, trusted in whatever gods they believe in and such, all right, and Allah and whatever, you know, deities they believe in, which are nothing but idols, okay. And they believe of the powers of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, and you're gonna see that in these days. Okay, this is gonna be the book of Second Esdras 8, and I'm going to start at verse 26. It says, "O look not upon the sins of thy people, but on them which serve thee in truth." Ba'amath, in truth. And that's what we ask to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right. For him, of course, to have chesed upon us. All right. It says, "Regard not the wicked inventions." Okay, these wicked thoughts and plots of the heathen. Okay. Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen. All right. But the desire of those that keep thy testimonies and afflictions. And that the only people that keep their testimonies are the election of the nation of Israel. All right. The chosen ones of the nation of Israel. Those that have shawab, all right, return to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in all fear and trembling. It says there, it says, verse 28, it says, "Think not upon those that have walked frankly up before thee." It says, "But remember," or zakar, remember, which means remember them, which according to thy will have known thy fear. All right, and the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Okay, and many of you have no fear for the Lord Yahweh Yahushai, and that's why you're going to be destroyed out here. You're going to be left over to these cruel inventions, the wicked inventions of the damn devil, the so-called white man. All right. It says here, let it not be thy will to destroy them which have lived like beasts. All right. But to look upon them that have clearly taught thy law. Take no indignation at them which are deemed worse than beasts, but love them that always put their trust in thy righteousness and glory. It says, "For we are in our fathers do languish." All right. In mourning, and as you see, because we are our forefathers back in the regeneration. All right. You have to understand that, and it's better to be, all right, in a house of mourning than in a house of mirth. All right, you have it here, language, which it means lose or lack. It says to grow weak and feeble. All right. It says of such disease. It says, "But because of us sinners, thou shalt be called merciful." All right. The Lord is coming, of course, to save those whom, all right, are sick. All right, who need healing. All right. I'm going to go back to this wee article. It says here, the documents were released in response to the demands of from former Tory MP Anna Sonberry, now a member of the independent group, which she left, of course, the Labour Party because of so-called anti-Semitic comments and such. I'm not sure if she's one of those ones who is actually pregnant and such, and it's because of Jeremy Corbyn, all right, who's the leader of the Labour Party. It says it warns there is little evidence that businesses are prepared in earnest for a no-deal scenario, all right. It says only a fraction of firms are applied for permits and custom documents needed to import from the EU, right? Because right now, they have various deals that have been, of course, are in place because they're currently a part of the EU. But when they, of course, exit, okay, and if they exit without a deal, then they're gonna have that, right? So tasks such as renewing passports and applying for international driving permit to drive in the EU are only being carried out by a fraction of people who need them. All right. And there's you have various, things that, many of the parliament members are asking Theresa May in asking for various promises. All right. But you're going to see that, Theresa May is only a woman. And I mean, why would I trust in a woman? And two, on that, you have it where she's at the mercy of the EU. She's at the mercy, really, of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai anyway. And she's going to do what Yahweh Bashem Yahushai wants her to do. And if it's that time for, of course, that EU, that, that no deal Brexit, all right, it will be that, okay? And many of you that trust in oppression, all right, you, of course, will reach, all right, and see your own destruction. All right, this is going to be the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and 22. It says here that how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. It says, turn you at my reproof, my correction. Behold, I will pour out my soul unto you. I will make known my words unto you, because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. And that's what, of course, the Yahweh Shem Yahshai have done, by, of course, sitting us out in highways and hedges to, of course, wake you up, so that you can repent, all right, back to Yahweh Shem Yahshai, all right, you Israelites, okay, because there's no repentance for Esau, Edom, okay, though he sought carefully with tears. And you read that in the scriptures, you're going to understand that there's only, of course, you got to understand that there's only salvation for Yasha'Allah, for Israel, Kaya Yasha'Allah, all right, not for these Hagoyim, all right, not for the rest of these nations, all right. You're going to understand that it's only a remnant that Yahweh Shem Yahshai is going to deliver, all right, from these coming destruction and such, all right. And that's the 1/3, 144,000 prophets, Nabayayim, all right, the rest of the men, all right, women, our children, all right, of the prophets, all right, and they're, believers, okay, in Yahweh Yahushai, all right, the families and such. It says here, but ye have set at naught all my counsels, and would none of my reproofs. You look at us, of course, as men, all right. You don't think that Yahweh Shem Yahshai sent prophets, all right, back in the regeneration to warn you, all right. You, of course, look at your Catholic Church, all right, your Protestant churches and such, all right, and you just trust in that, what they say, all right. And then they, of course, are dealing with the spirit of prophecy, all right. They have different forms of course, gag orders, which they kind of course, tell you about these prophecies which are going to come to pass, because what? They have agreements with their government, all right. And that's in Egypt, and have that here in Babylon, which is Sodom in Egypt, okay. And you have it also there, all right, because have the rest of the countries, they of course are under the wine and the the rule of this damn devil of Babylon. All right, it says here, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. It says the Lord is going to actually laugh. He's going to laugh through, of course, his prophets. All right, because when we see, of course, this destruction come, we warned you. We're not going to regard you. We're going to give a fuck about you. All right, many of you, of course, that just just totally just left your men of the Lord. Okay, many of you, of course, that just scoff and just went off and commit adultery, all right, and just suck fucking just go and play games and such. Tells a quack, all right. Yahweh Shem Yahshai is gonna laugh through us, all right. When your fear cometh, all right. When the martial art troops come hit your doors, when you of course starving to death, all right. Yahweh Shem Yahshai is gonna laugh, all right, and he's gonna laugh through us, all right, because we are his mouth. It says, when your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress, all right, distress or tazara, trouble, all right, and anguish cometh upon you, all right, distress, tazawa, anguish, tazawach, all right, tazawach, which is anguish, which, I want to look at this, Ibaria, the bar, Hebrew word, which it says, because distress or straight, which is the position of this difficulty. It got also pressure, all right. It's going to be the book of Proverbs 27 and 1, and it says, boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. And you have you people that just we'll be fine, which mostly in that, not even saying that, Okay, most of you, of course, are voted to, of course, remain in the EU and such. Okay, to stay. We want Britain to stay. All right. Most of you is gonna be destroyed. Okay, you're gonna see, and they have no power. All right. That, of course, these governments choose what they want. All right. They're controlled by elites and such. Okay. It says here. I'm gonna go down to verse 20. This is Proverbs 27 and 24. It says, "For riches are not forever, and doth the crown endure to every generation." It says, "The hay appeareth, and the tender grass showeth itself, and herbs of the mountains are gathered. The lambs are for thy clothing, and the goats are the price of the field." It says, and thou shalt have goat's milk enough for thy food, for the food of thy household, and for thy maintenance, for thy maidens. All right. You have it there that riches are not forever. That's the point there. Okay, they're not forever, because you have to understand that the so-called white man is the end of the world. Esau, Edom is the end of the world, and Jacob or Yaquab is the beginning of it that followeth. This Edomite, all right, have, of course, a time to rule, and he's at his end. All right, he's at the end. We're at the end. Okay. And many of you that, of course, have trusted in it, you're gonna see that trust is gonna break. All right. So this is going to be the book of Isaiah 36:6, and it's read here. All right. Actually, I can start a bit at 5. It says, "I sayest thou, but they are but vain words." It says, "I have counsel and strength for war. Know on whom thou trust, that thou rebellest against me." Point here at verse 6. It says, "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed, O Egypt, where if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is the Pharaoh king of Egypt, Amatzazarium, to all that trust in him." All right. And that's how it's going to be, because you have to understand that the Edomites are the modern day, all right, pharaohs, all right. They, of course, ruling, all right. Okay, the Edomites, okay, they ruling. So you have it where in ancient Egypt, which the Israelites were in subjection there, okay, and Yahweh Shem Yahushai led us out of Egypt. You have it where we're back into Egypt by the way of ships, all right, in America. And, of course, we've been scattered. So, we've been sent here, sent there, to and fro, to and fro, or to and fro, all right. And you have it where Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to deliver his elect out of various countries and places where they've been scattered to, okay, isles, okay. And he's going to bring destruction too. All right, and it's because of the pride of the men, all right, these cities and such, all right. They walk in they regard Yahweh Shai. Okay, this is why Yahweh Shem Shai have to destroy this place, because the people, they're in gross darkness and such. All right, the people in their care or regard Yahweh Shem Shai. That's why he's gonna come and fuck up you, and fucking destroy you. All right, use that are Rashai or wicked. All right. This is going to be book of Second Esdras 15 and 36 and 46. It says here, "And thou, Asia, thou that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person, woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please the glory of in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee." And you have it where these nations are mad, all right, off of the bottles, all right, the fornication, all it, committing fornication with this damn whore being America, all right, Babylon, okay. They, of course, followed in their way, their democracies, all right, and their various forms of policies and such. You have it where, and of course, in Scotland and such, they, of course, are going to begin to teach the LBGQ, all right, the homosexuality to the kids and such, all right, awareness and such, history. And that, of course, is, that goes back to Babylon, which they're doing the same thing too, all right, which they originally had to be the ones that pushed it. Because they, of course, were the first ones to, of course, approve of homosexual marriage, which that, of course, is against the scriptures. All right, but though these countries claim to be, all right, believers in the Lord and such, all right, the Lord is going to destroy you. All right, it says, "Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore, said the Most High, I will send plagues or curses upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses, and with destruction, mawath, or death, and death." It says, "And the glory of thy power shall be dried up like a flower, as a flower slack, and the heat shall arise that is sent over thee, and thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and one that's chastened with wounds, so that the mighty and the lovers shall not be able to receive thee." Right? The Lord is going to take away all of your goods and such. All right? And you can see that, okay, with what's coming. All right? This is going to be the book of Jeremiah, chapter 15, and I'm going to start at 2. And it says here that, "And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, Whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, Thus saith Yahweh, such are for death to death, mawath, and such as for sword to sword, and such are for the famine to the famine, and such are for the captivity, slavery." All right, to slavery. It says, "And will appoint over them 4 kinds, said Yahweh, and the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the foes of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy." There's going to be hungry beasts out here. All right, it's going to be hungry calabium out there. All right, because of this famine and such, and they're going to get, food, because what you're gonna have people that and they'll be able to feed them own selves and such in their own belly. You're gonna have, of course, cannibalism out there and such. These are all in the scriptures. All right. This is going to be the book of Psalms 91, all right? And I will start at the verse 8, and it says here, "Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked." And that, of course, is what we're going to see, the elect of the nation of Israel, the hopeful elect. That's what, of course, we see, all right? But we put on as the elect, all right? We're doing the things of the elect, and we pray to Yahweh Shem Shai that we be the men, all right, to be of course delivered from this destruction, ultimate nuclear destruction that's coming to the earth, to America, all right. It says, "Because thou hast made Yahweh, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation." It says, "There shall no evil or bad time befall thee, neither shall any plague come and draw nigh thy dwelling." Right, because Yahweh Shem Shai will have a covert over us. All right, it says, "A man shall be a hiding place for the wind." Okay, it says that this in famine. All right, the Lord shall redeem thee from death. Roughly paraphrasing. Okay, you read that in the book of I believe it's in the book of Job, the 5th chapter and such. All right, which I can try to get. It says that a servant shall eat, and ye shall be hungry. All right, a servant shall basically be rejoice, but ye shall mourn and such. All right, these are things that are written in the scriptures. All right, this is the book of Job, Ayawab 5:20 says, "In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war and from the power of the sword." The so-called white man is going to come down as a madman, spare none. All right, destroying those that fear the Lord. All right, the Lord is going to have a covert. All right, and though if we do die, we'll be first, of course, in the chariots. All right, it says, "Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh." It says that destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. As I, of course, said that there's going to be hungry beasts out here and such. There's beasts that are created for vengeance, for the will of Yahweh Shai, to bring forth his destruction. All right, to kill Haragim. All right, his killings. He's gonna have, of course, also, all right, for his mashapatiyim, his judgments. All right, you got beasts. Okay, and we shall laugh. All right, those shall laugh, which is sakhach. All right, sakhach, a sa, a kha, and a kwa. It means to laugh or mock. All right. It seems pretty similar to Tazakwak, which means also to laugh and such. Like Isaac's name is Tazakwak. Right. So this is just the lesson. Pretty much, as you can see, that this place is not prepared for what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to come with, because what many of the people are walking about with great pride. And that's why this place is going to be, of course, touched. All right, the Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right, is bringing forth, touching it. All right, they're going to receive a recompense for what they have done. All right, as it says here in verse 56, it says, and this is 2nd Esdras 15 and 56. It says here that like as thou hast done unto my chosen, this is election. All right, and ultimately you have it where really the whole nation of Israel, though not all Israel, but Israel right now, of course, because they're, of course, walking in the way of the Gentiles and being as heathen and such, so they're going to die heathen judgment. It says, saith the Lord, even so shall the power do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief. All right, and thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with sword in Shaddai, in the field. And they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for very hunger for bread, or lacham, and the thirst of my water. Right? So the Lord is going to bring these things to, of course, this whole world, especially to Babylon. All right, and this place is going to be destroyed. You damn Britons, all right, you're not prepared, all right, for a no deal Brexit, and and you're going to have, of course, these food shortages, all right, and it's going to bring chaos to your place. With that, I want to say, call Allah Yim La Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rechakodash. The water Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rechakodash Kaya Amathka for thy truth. And of course, double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, who rule well, and peace and salutations to the election. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, election of the nation of Israel. Shalom.